From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Wednesday, June 21st, 2023. I'm D. Ray Knight. This is what's going on. The city of Rapid City has made a change for its representative overseeing this week's mayoral election recount. Liz Hamburg has been replaced by Michelle Thompson as the city's representative. Thompson will be joined by Kevin Tome, representing candidate Jason Solomon, and Chuck Parkinson, who is representing candidate Laura Armstrong. Armstrong requested the recount after finishing less than 2% behind Solomon. The recount is scheduled for tomorrow at the Pennington County Auditor's Office. Meanwhile, the state will be studying the auditing process for elections, and this is not without controversy. Amy Rose explains. Amy.
D-Ray, post-election audits will be one of the topics discussed when Secretary of State Monet Johnson convenes a 15-member group to conduct a summer study of election audits and draft legislation. However, that summer study will take place behind closed doors, and although Johnson has previously stated she wanted to bring more transparency to the state's elections, the group will perform this work in secret. Now, South Dakota passed Senate Bill 160 this year, which requires county auditors to conduct a post-election audit within 15 days after an election in 5% of the precincts in the county. However, it also mandates that they be held in full view of the public. Hound County Auditor Doug DeBoer says the meetings will be closed so that any disagreements among study group members are kept among themselves.
The Rapid City Regional Airport will now have nonstop service to Minneapolis. Sun Country Airlines made its first flight to RAP on Monday. The airline's aircraft will accommodate up to 186 passengers. Rapid City Regional Airport Executive Director Patrick Dame says it provides a low-cost alternative for flights to the Twin Cities. Dame says Sun Country is operating 2 flights per week and hopes to make it a daily flight in the future. In national and international news, a Canadian military surveillance aircraft has detected underwater noises as a massive operation searched in the remote part of the North Atlantic for a submersible that vanished while taking 5 people down to the wreck of the Titanic. A statement early Wednesday from the U.S. Coast Guard did not elaborate on what rescuers believe the noises could be. However, it offered a glimmer of hope for those now lost aboard the Titan, as estimates suggest as little as a day's worth of oxygen could be left if the vessel is still functioning. Meanwhile, questions remain on how teams could reach the lost submersible, which could be as deep as about 12,500 feet below the surface near the watery tomb of the historic ocean liner. President Joe Biden's son, Hunter, has reached a plea agreement on several charges. Amy Rose has the story.
President Joe Biden's son, Hunter, pled guilty to federal tax offenses and avoided a full prosecution on a separate gun charge in a deal with the Justice Department that will spare him time behind bars. Biden will plead guilty to the misdemeanor tax offenses as part of the agreement made public yesterday. The agreement will spare him prosecution on a charge of illegally possessing a firearm as a drug user if he adheres to certain conditions. The White House says the president and the First Lady love their son and support him as he continues to rebuild his life. Ex-President Donald Trump likens the Hunter-Biden deal to a mere traffic ticket.
China has called comments by U.S. President Joe Biden referring to Chinese leader Xi Jinping as a dictator extremely absurd and irresponsible. The clash of words comes just over a day after Secretary of State Antony Blinken concluded a visit to Beijing that sought to break the ice in a relationship that has hit an historic low. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning said Biden's comments at a fundraiser in California go totally against facts and seriously violate diplomatic protocol and severely infringe on Chinese political dignity. It is a blatant political provocation. China expresses strong dissatisfaction and opposition. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Cloudy with a chance of a stray thunderstorm and a high of 68. Low tonight, 57. And that was your Daily Slice for Wednesday, June 21st, 2023. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D. Ray Knight with Amy Rose. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jacquez. I'm D. Ray Knight. Have a great day.